Hi, Chris Martin here with my cousin Robert,
Hi.
my good friend Craig Thatcher, to talk to you about voting. Election's coming up. It's an important one, and I believe it's our responsibility as citizens to participate in our democracy. It's important that you register, it's important that you vote, and I'm so excited today to be able to talk to you about reissuing the David Crosby Rock the Vote model. So I was at the beach in Rehoboth, and the phone rings. And it's the weekend, and I go over, and I don't always answer my phone. That's what voicemail's for. And I look at the phone, and it's from Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara. I had an old high school friend that used to live there, but I don't think he does anymore. I almost didn't answer the phone, but I did. Hello? Hello, is this Chris? Yes, it is. Hi, this is David. It was David Crosby. Rest in peace, David. And we talked about the project that he consented to. And from that conversation, and with Robert's good work, we came up with the original David Crosby Rock the Vote model. The idea being, partnering with our friends Rock the Vote, to encourage younger people. You can vote if you're a citizen once you turn 18, and you should every year. There's elections every year. Now, we have a big one coming up, but there's an election every year. Robert, do you want to talk at all about how did this happen?
Sure. Well, so I take your calls all the time.
Okay, good.
And I get a call from you that says, David Crosby wants to work with us. Give him a call. And my first thought is, I don't have his number. Unlike you. I get the number, and I call him immediately, and David answers his phone, and he's very welcoming, he's very warm, and he's very friendly. And we talk a little bit about some of the theme that might be part of the guitar, and what you envisioned and what he envisioned.
Yeah.
And he threw out this quote, that democracy works if you work it. And I'm like, I'm going to write that down, use that.
Yeah.
And the other thing he told me is, make sure I'm smiling. Maybe he's known for being unpleasant at times. I don't know. So with that, and I must say, as an older artist at that point, as a younger artist, I would have been intimidated. Holy cow, this is a big project. My mind would have been all over the place. As an older artist, I was able to just take it in, take a breath, and go, okay, we're going to be doing some artwork for David Crosby. That's cool. I mean, look at his history right in the music scene. So I put together some sketches to get his approval first. Just pencil sketches, loose and
You still have those?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
So I hold all my artwork. That's my retirement fund if I ever retire. And he says, yep, they're good, and I'm smiling. So then we proceed, and I'm getting involved with the color part of the artwork. And I get lost in this, he's got this knitted cap, right? That's really, I would have loved to ask him what the importance was, because he's wearing it all the time. God, I get so lost in doing all of the yarn work and then the hair, and it's... So I thought it was important to also show two portraits because of his long association with Martin, right? And
his colleagues.
And his,
right?
Yes, right. So that's the artwork, and trying to replicate the Constitution over there and put in some symbolism about what represents America. David
was a patriot.
Yes.
If you read interviews where he's asked about, this great experiment of ours, he's very articulate. Sometimes he talks a little too long and goes down a rabbit hole.
Yep.
But that first part of the conversation about democracy is really worth considering.
That's right. And he summed it all up in that one little phrase.
I know. So here we are, 8 years later. This guitar it's done. That edition is closed out. And I thought, but the message is still important. It's still important, particularly because my daughter now is able to vote, that I wanted to revisit the opportunity to share with you again the importance of voting. And so talked to my colleagues, got John and Cindy involved. They approached David's estate And they were so gracious, David's widow in particular, in allowing us permission to make a second version of the David Crosby limited edition artist model Rock the Vote guitar. And Craig, that's the one you're holding right there. Do you want to play it a little bit and then we can talk about it?
It's gorgeous.
So the original had a pickup,
Yes.
but it had an under the saddle
Under saddle
pickup
pickup.
with traditional bronze strings.
Yes.
Yeah.
This magnetic pickup, right, which is a humbucker, by the way,
Okay.
really is a very balanced. They have it set just right. So we're using these with the Kovar strings.
New Kovar strings, yep.
Which is a great feel, a little less tension too. And it's a beautiful, beautifully made guitar.
American Sycamore.
Gorgeous.
It's got this beautiful silver binding which sets off the artwork and matches the strings this time. And it's a little narrower than a traditional
It is.
dreadnought, right?
It is. It's comfortable when you're sitting down playing this guitar. If you play a dreadnought, you know, it'll put your arm out a little further.
Yeah.
This fits very well.
Mm-hmm.
So you can play it standing up or sitting
Yes.
down, whereas you find sitting down with a traditional dreadnought, it's a little,
For myself, it
Yeah.
can be a little
Yep.
cumbersome.
It's a beautiful looking guitar,
It is.
you know.
yeah.
I could listen all day.
And I'm
Keep 'em
so thankful, again, to David Crosby's widow and his estate for giving my family's business permission to reissue this really cool limited edition artist model
It's
in
a
honor
gorgeous
of David, a great patriot, in honor of our democracy.
Mhm.
So remember, you got to register, you got to vote, and democracy works if you work it.